In this screener event, we'll be talking about how to add PowerPoint presentations to a Nearpod. First thing you need to do is make sure that with your PowerPoint presentation that you save the PowerPoint presentation file as a JPEG. You may want to have those images for use in your Nearpod. So you do save as JPEG and then save it to the same location in which you saved your actual PowerPoint. I have mine on my desktop for simple purposes. And then we're going to save every slide. What this does is it will convert every single slide in the PowerPoint presentation to a JPEG, a picture, so that it can be inserted separately into the Nearpod if you would like to use those photos. And we say OK, because it's been saved. And now we can go ahead and we can close the PowerPoint presentation. We're all done with that for the moment. Then we'll expand the web page, and I've already went into and logged into my user account on nearpod.com. You want to make sure that you have a Nearpod screen that looks just like this, where you have the username, assess, engage, and create right on top. You want to avoid using engage. As soon as you go to engage, that's going to take you to the video watching site, not the creation site. So click on create, and you'll see any videos that you already have, any Nearpod presentation that you already have. And the plus is where you get to create a new one. So you want to click that, and then it'll give you a new page that asks you to drag your file. That's your PowerPoint. So we're going to minimize our window a little bit. We're going to look for my flags presentation. We're going to click, drag, and drop the flags presentation right on. It loads the slides fairly quickly, and now it's ready to continue to interact with. You may want to be careful with that because sometimes the slides do cut words off on the sides, so make sure you keep everything as centered as possible so that you keep continuity in your presentation. You'll see all my slides are in here. I have roughly 55 slides dealing with the flags for our Veterans Day assembly. What I want to do now is I want to go ahead and add another slide. So I can either click the add on the top, or I could have clicked the add all the way at the bottom. I'm going to add an open-ended question to my slide presentation. There are very many different ones that you can add. And I'm just going to add a simple question about how many stars are on the flag, the first American flag. After I enter my text, I'm going to go ahead and add an image before I save. I'm going to add an image, and that image is going to be from those JPEG files that I saved earlier from my PowerPoint. So I minimize my screen again. Then I'm going to pull it over to the right, and I'm going to open up my folder. And inside that folder, I've got all my slides saved as pictures. So I want to find the one that I'm going to use, and it's covering my Dropbox. So I'm going to slide my folder over, click again, drag my picture and drop it right on top, and you'll notice that underneath that rectangle it says slide2.jpg. That slide2.jpg means that picture is in there. So now I can click save, and it's going to save my file and bring me back to my screen. Now I don't have it right now where I want it. Normally what happens is it drops it in at the bottom. So I'm going to find that open-ended question. You can see the question at the bottom. I'm going to drag it all the way back up to the top, and I'm going to place it after slide 2, which is where I want it to go. Now it's all set. From this point, I can continue to add more and more slides as I want, with questions, multiple choice, open-ended, free draw. There's a wide variety of questions types of questions that you can add. The best way to do it is to experiment. If I click done, it's going to process my my video and pop it into all my presentations. You'll notice they have several videos that are already published, and then the Veterans Day 2011 has nothing under it. So I click on that, and then I click publish, and then I say yes. That means that it'll now be available for me to use in my classroom or to send to somebody else in case they'd like to see it. And I get a little message box at top that says your presentation is being published. You just have to wait as it processes, and then eventually it says published above it. So now if I want to view it, I go up to engage, I click on engage. Remember, that takes me out of this web page. It's a screen that looks very similar to the app, and I click on Veterans Day, and I launch the live session. And now I've got the PIN code that I want students to enter on the top left. And if I click through, I'd see where students' names would be populating if they were signing in. I've got my first slide, and then my first question. And you'll notice that the question is up top, and then I've got a little image of my picture. And as kids are writing, I can see what they're writing, and then I could also click on that little picture, and that little picture will expand, and I'd be able to see it as a larger form. And that about does it. There is a wide variety of versatility that you can have with Nearpod. You can share reports to your email. You can go to your library. You can share this link and share the presentation. Exit back out to your library. And the best thing to do is to experiment with it. If you click that back arrow, it takes you back to the main page where you can create more, or go into where it says assess and look at your values. I'm going to go ahead and log out and let you have some fun. Thank you. Have a good day.